R. Kelly's daughter, Joann Kelly, has made a firm decision to keep her young son away from the disgraced R&B artist. Now 26 years old, Joann opened up about her relationship with her father in a new documentary titled R. Kelly's Karma: A Daughter's Journey. The emotional film dives deep into how her father's convictions for sex crimes shook her life to its core. The trailer for the documentary was released on Sunday, offering a glimpse into the pain and turmoil Joann has faced since the fall of the man she once idolized. Reflecting on the weight of the public scandals and her father's actions, Joann expressed the immense burden of being tied to someone with such a troubling legacy. "Nobody wants to be the child of a father who is out here hurting women and children," she said, her words filled with emotion. "He knows exactly why we can't have the relationship that we would have liked to have with him." Joann's candidness in the documentary showcases her internal conflict and sorrow over losing a father she once adored. She tearfully shared her heartbreak, saying, "He was my everything. For a long time, I didn't even want to believe that it happened. I didn't know that, even if he was a bad person, that he would do something to me." These words reflect a deep sense of betrayal and loss, as Joann tries to reconcile the man she once knew with the crimes he committed. Her perspective on her father dramatically shifted following his conviction. "I really feel like that 1 millisecond completely changed my whole life," Joann said, alluding to the pivotal moment when the truth about her father's actions could no longer be ignored. It was a sudden and irrevocable change, one that altered not only her personal views of him but her entire world. A major focus of the documentary is Joann's role as a mother and her firm stance on shielding her son from the legacy of his infamous grandfather. Joann made it clear that she has no intentions of ever bringing her son to visit R. Kelly in prison. "If my son asks questions, I'm going to be as truthful as possible," she explained. "But I will not be taking my son to prison to meet his grandfather." Joann's protective instincts are at the forefront as she prioritizes her son's well-being over any potential relationship with her father. Also featured in the documentary is Joann's mother, Drea Kelly, who was married to R. Kelly and has been vocal about the abuse she endured during their relationship. Drea, now 50, added her own reflections on Kelly's role as a father, distinguishing between his failings as a husband and his shortcomings as a parent. "Just because you're not a good husband doesn't mean you can't be a good father," she said, highlighting the painful reality that R. Kelly didn't live up to either role. "He didn't even try," she added bluntly, revealing her anger not only over what he did to her, but over how his actions impacted their children. "What he did to me, he did to me. But you didn't have to do it to my damn kids," Drea said, her frustration palpable as she defended the innocence of her children, who were drawn into the chaos of their father's public downfall. The documentary will also feature interviews with Joann's siblings Drea Kelly and Robert Kelly Jr., shedding light on how each of R. Kelly's children has coped with the devastating revelations and the ongoing consequences of their father's actions. R. Kelly, once a beloved figure in the music industry, began facing legal trouble long before his 2021 conviction. In 2008, he was acquitted of charges in a child pornography case, a trial that allowed him to continue his career for more than a decade. However, in 2019, federal authorities arrested the singer again, accusing him and his entourage of operating a complex criminal enterprise. Prosecutors allege that R. Kelly and his team traveled throughout the United States and abroad to perform at concert venues and to recruit women and girls to engage in illegal sexual activity with Kelly. His arrest marked the beginning of a legal saga that would culminate in a series of trials. In 2021, R. Kelly was convicted by a federal jury on charges of racketeering and sex trafficking. This conviction was based on evidence that he had abused his fame and power to lure and exploit young women and underage girls for years. Many of his victims described a systematic pattern of abuse, coercion, and control, which included sexual exploitation, isolation, and emotional manipulation. The conviction was seen as a significant victory for the women who had bravely come forward to share their stories. R. Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison, a punishment that many viewed as a long overdue reckoning for his decades of predatory behavior. In addition to the racketeering charges, Kelly also faced multiple other accusations, including the production and possession of child pornography. In his 2022 trial, he was found guilty on 6 of the 13 counts he faced, including 3 charges related to child pornography. These additional convictions further solidified the downfall of a man once celebrated for his musical talent. Joann's documentary comes at a time when conversations about the impact of Kelly's crimes are still ongoing. By sharing her personal experience, Joann provides an intimate perspective on the ripple effects of her father's actions, particularly how his betrayal has shaped her identity as a daughter and a mother. R. Kelly's Karma: A Daughter's Journey offers a rare glimpse into the lives of those left behind in the wake of R. Kelly's fall from grace, and it sheds light on the difficult choices Joann must now make to protect her son from that legacy. The story of R. Kelly's downfall is a complex one, filled with layers of trauma, betrayal, and public spectacle. Through her documentary, Joann Kelly hopes to reclaim her narrative and carve out a path for healing, one that allows her to move forward while shielding her son from the shadows of the past.